I want to continue with Bernie Sanders just on a rampage, destroying. He's like I don't even know what analogy to use, Lewis, that wouldn't be offensive because we do sometimes have natural disasters, but he is sort of like a tornado coming through the calm of corporate media status quo on elections, saying, you're destroying the real discussion about elections. You're dividing people with these fake issues. He is coming through it much like a tornado. And now Bernie Sanders has absolutely blasted the New York Times Magazine for asking about his hair. This is a condensed excerpt from an interview done of Bernie Sanders by Anna Marie Cox. We're going to put it up on the screen for you here, and we'll work through it. And this is the conversation that took place. Bernie was asked by Anna Marie Cox, do you think it's fair that Hillary's hair gets a lot more scrutiny than yours does? And Bernie says, Hillary's hair gets more scrutiny than my hair? And Anna Marie Cox responds, yeah. And Bernie says, is that what you're asking? And Anna Marie Cox says, yeah. And Bernie Sanders says, okay, Anna, I don't mean to be rude here. I'm running for president of the United States on serious issues, okay? Do you have serious questions? And Anna Marie Cox responds, I can defend that as a serious question. There's a gendered reason. And then Bernie Sanders says, dropping the hammer, when the media worries about what Hillary's hair looks like or what my hair looks like, that's a real problem. We have millions of people who are struggling to keep their heads above water, who want to know what candidates can do to improve their lives. And the media will very often spend more time worrying about hair than the fact that we're the only major country on earth that doesn't guarantee health care to all people. Anna Marie Cox trying to sort of rescue it, saying, well, it's also true that the media pays more attention to what female candidates look like than what male candidates look like. And Bernie says that may be, and it's absolutely wrong. Yes, Lewis, there is a fragment of a relevant topic here, which is the appearance of female candidates seems to be more of a factor than the appearance of male candidates. We've talked before about how the issue of Hillary's age has been made more of an issue than the issue of Mitt Romney's age in the 2012 election, even though they're essentially the same age. We know that. But to sit down with the guy who is the issues guy and ask about hair, I think Bernie's answer should have been, when he's asked, why does the media spend more time talking about Hillary's hair than your hair? It should have been, you tell me, Anna Marie Cox from the New York Times Magazine, why do you people in corporate media ask about hair? That's really the question I would love to hear an answer to.
Yeah, not really a question that I think is important. You're right, though. It is sad. I mean, Hillary probably has a team of people who are just keeping track of what she looks like and what her hair looks like and what she's wearing and all of that, because unfortunately, it does have an impact on your campaign and your chances.
If you're the New York Times, why even print this? I mean, this was a condensed summary of the interview. You don't even really have to print this, right? If I were the New York Times, I would say, you know what, we're going to skip that altogether because it really didn't go well, because it is a very accurate and precise indictment of much of what's wrong with the corporate media narrative around this election.
Yeah, well, it's good that they left it in. Perhaps they wanted people to realize that, or they thought people would just get a kick out of this interaction.